Hi, fourth grade. We're looking at our work for January 12th. Today you're going to be looking at word problems with addition and subtraction. Yesterday you looked at the abstract problems. Today you're going to be looking at those word problems. So we are going to do numbers 5 and 6 together, and then remember to try the other ones so that you'll be prepared for your small groups. So number 5 is the first one that we're going to look at, and in our directions up here at the top, it tells us solve the word problems below. Be sure to show your work and label your answer. Circle or highlight the key words that tell you which operation to use. So number 5, it says, in September, Donaldsonville Middle School collected 28,925 box tops. In October, they collected 178,427 box tops. How many box tops were collected during September and October? So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out which operation I need to use, whether it's addition or subtraction. And it tells me to circle or highlight the keywords that tell you which operation to use. So when I look at this problem, I'm going to look at the question that it's asking me, which is the third part of this problem. How many box tops were collected during September and October? So they told me how many were collected in October, and they also told me how many were collected in September. So if they want to know how many were collected in both September and October, then I know that I'm going to have to add. So I'm going to circle and I'm also going to underline September and October because I know that both months they want to know how many box tops were collected in all. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stack and add. So I'm going to take the box tops that were collected in September, which was 28,925. And then I'm going to add the box tops that were collected in October, which was 178,427. All right, now I'm going to start with my ones, adding with my ones first. So 7 plus 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to drop the 2 in my ones place, and I'm going to carry that 10. Now I'm moving to my tens place. I'm adding 1 plus 2, which is 3, and 3 plus 2, which is 5. Now I'm going to move to my hundreds place. 9 plus 4. So 9 plus 4, I'm going to count up from 9. I'm going to count up 4 more times. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 is my answer. So I'm going to drop the 3 in the hundreds, and I'm carrying that 1 to the thousands. Now, 1 plus 8 is 9, and then I'm going to have to count up 8 more. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm dropping the 7 in the thousands place, and I'm carrying the 1 to the 10,000s place. Now I'm going to look at the 10,000s, the numbers that are in the 10,000s place. I'm going to add them together. So 1 plus 2 is 3. And then I need to add it to 7. So I'm actually going to start with 7 this time because it is the bigger number. And I'm going to count up 3. 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to drop the 0 from the 10 in the 10,000s place. And I'm carrying the 1 to the 100,000s place. So now 1 plus 1 is 2. So my answer is 207,352. Now, these word problems, we want to make sure that we put a unit with our answer. So, how many box tops were collected during September and October? This number is how many box tops were collected during those 2 months. So, I'm going to put 207,352 box tops. And that's my answer for number 5. So now we'll look at number 6. And number 6 says the population of Hudson is 45,605. The population of Riverside is 29,388. How much greater is the population of Hudson than Riverside? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and circle or highlight the keywords that tell me which operation to use. So the keywords that I'm looking for are either going to tell me that I'm going to add or subtract. So I want you to take a minute and I want you to read through our problem and I want you to underline or highlight some words that you think tell you whether you should add or subtract. All right, so when I'm looking through this problem, it says how much greater is the population of Hudson than Riverside? So I'm going to underline the word greater and than, because that tells me that I'm not going to add them together because they want to know how much greater of a population that Hudson has than Riverside. So I'm going to start with Hudson because they're already telling me that it is greater than Riverside, but they just want to know how much bigger it is. So we're going to put 45,605 subtract 29,388. So this one I'm actually going to draw out with base 10 blocks so we can, I'm not going to draw them out. We're going to stack and subtract with this one. So we're going to look at the ones first. Remember, we're starting from the right side when we're in math. So I cannot take 8 away from 5, so I am going to have to borrow. Well, when I look at this tens place, there's a 0 here, so I can't take anything away from this 0, so I'm going to have to go over to the hundreds. So I'm going to mark out that 6, and I'm going to leave it with a 5, and then I'm going to give my tens place 10 tens. Now I still need to take one back to the 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark out this 10. It stays with a 9. And then I can give my ones 10 ones. So 10 plus 5 ones is 15 ones. So I'm going to mark out this 5 too so I can see that 15 up there. So now 15 minus 8, I can do that. So 8 counting up to 15, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So my answer for the ones place is 7. I could also think about 8 plus 8 is 16. So if I take away 1, that's 7. Now we're going to look at our tens place. So now we're looking at 9 subtract 8. And 9 subtract 8 is 1. Now we're looking at our hundreds. We have a 5 and we have a 3. We need to take 3 away from 5. So 5 minus 3 is 2. Now we're moving to our thousands place. Our thousands place. And in our thousands place, we see a 5. And they want us to take 9,000 away from it. If we have 5,000 cookies and someone wants 9,000, we don't have enough cookies for them. So we need to borrow some. So we're going to mark out this 4 in the 10,000s and we'll leave it with a 3 10,000s or 30,000s. And then we're going to be able to give our thousands 10 more thousands. So 10 plus 5 is 15. All right, now 15 minus 9, I'm going to count up to 15 from 9. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It was 6. I had to count up 6 times. Now we're going to look at our 10,000s place. And in our 10,000s place, we have a 3, and we need to take 2 away from it, which we can do. 2 is smaller than 3, so 3 minus 2 is 1. So our answer is 16,217. And we can label this answer by saying Hudson is 16,217 greater than Riverside. All right, so make sure that you're going to try the rest of those that we have not completed together by yourself and come to small groups ready to talk about the ones that you struggled with or ready to share some strategies that you might have used.